God, all of my roommates are gonna hear me, aren't they? Oh well. Hey guys, it's Ajinx. If you're wondering why I'm not wearing my suit, just check out my last video. Otherwise, hi, I have another story to tell, which I briefly mentioned in that video. Today, I'm gonna be telling you how I was outed as a furry on day 0 of college. And it's been interesting, to say the least. So before this video starts, I just want to tell you that Ajinx 2.0 will be remade roughly and ready for early 2020, but yay, I'm looking forward to that, even though it's a few months away, but honestly, in the long scheme of things, I cannot complain. That is absolutely wonderful. New suit for you guys, a new suit for me, and all the blue as there was in the last boy. Now to continue. So this is it's been a time. So for college, my college, I don't really want to name my college just because privacy reasons, but so I was moving to New York for college, and I left for college the day after I came back from Philadelphia, which was an absolute blast. I really can't talk more about that con. It was very small, but honestly, friends definitely made that con. Mwah, 10 out of 10 would do again. I don't know what that was. Let me tell you about how this all happened. Let me give you some backstory first. So back in Rhode Island, my old hometown, feels weird to say, everything was packed right before I left Philadelphia. We packed my dad's truck, my room was all cleared out, everything was in boxes, everything was all set. All we had to do was pack and clean the stuff I brought to the con, and that was it. That's all I needed to do. So that was Ajinx, like 5 days of clothes, that's it. You may be wondering why 5 days of clothes when it was like a 3-day con. Well, you see, in suit, you sweat a lot. So you bring roughly 10 days of shirts for about 5 days, maybe 3-4 pairs of pants for like 2 days. So you just kind of gotta like do the math for that to make sure it's all, yeah, I call it the sweat equation. You have to do the sweat equation, make sure you bring the right amount of clothes for furry cons. But that's a whole other video I could do. And math sucks, so screw that. So everything's clean, we're all set, we're getting ready to go to college. Roughly a 7-hour drive, so honestly, it wasn't that bad. I drove 6 hours to Philadelphia, so that was nothing. I kind of slept the entire time. So as we went to New York, we rented a U-Haul, had a little trailer on the back of my dad's truck, so we had everything packed. Everything wasn't just crammed in the truck. And there's gonna be a lot of interruptions because my dorm is loud as hell, so you might hear some random stuff in the background. So after this 7-hour road trip, which I could have done in 6 hours, but I was with my parents, so it was a little bit longer, as are all road trips with family, but love you guys. We made it in good time. Everything was set. All the bags and boxes were taken care of. Couldn't think of the word. So we get to college, because college. And we have a little orientation. Afterwards, we can go right to my dorm and start unpacking. So we started doing this, and every box, like one by one, was loaded. There was like movers from my college that could help all the like the freshmen move in. So we move everything. Sweet, everything is all in my room. Perfect. All the movers did great job. 0 out of 10 would do again because they lost a box. So in this box, it wasn't just any box. No. It was the box. So in this box, it had, they're commenting on how I'm talking to myself. This is great. So no, in this box, roughly $1,000 worth of stuff, but that's fine. I had a job. It's okay. Money is money. You can replace that. But in this box was Ajinx. So with Ajinx, there was artwork, a collar, fursuit spray, and some other stuff, but I can't remember. Save for these Peets. I was able to save these Peets. So I can't remember. Oh yeah, they were in a garbage bag. That's how I have these. So now they're my slippers, but I will not wear those in public. So we start looking around everywhere. I start going like up and down the dorms, up and down all the 3, 4 floors that this dorm has, knocking on every door with me and my parents, kind of taking each hall separately, and nothing. So we go to the movers and tell them like, hey, we're missing a box. I think someone accidentally took it or it was misplaced. So they start making a report. I run all the way across campus to parking because we had to move the truck. So after that, like 10-minute walk, nothing. It wasn't in the back seat. It wasn't in the toolbox. The big toolbox that are like in back of the trucks. Wasn't in the trailer. Wasn't in the truck. Nothing. So I kind of run back like, okay, I'm actually starting to panic now. Ajinx is gone. Well, they took the report and they're like, okay, we probably can't find it today or tomorrow or the day after that, but we can try our best. So that meant nothing. And this is still like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, between like 1 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this was like early in the day still. I had a good 7 hours of stuff that I still needed to get done. So I just kind of like ignored it for now to ignore the inner turmoil and depression that would have like comatose me. So I was like, okay, I'll move on. It's out of my control. Maybe it's at home. Maybe. So we called my brother. He can't find it, but he probably didn't try the hardest. So my parents are going to go back and look for it. Well, again, we look, but I know we packed the box. I just know it. So after everything is all done, like for the introduction for college, things like that, I go back to my dorm and I hear a on the door. So I'm thinking, yes, fine. Actually, no, it was a weird knock. It was like it was a happy. So I was thinking, sweet, they found Ajinx. This is wonderful. That's a happy knock. It wasn't a depressing knock. I'm sure you know what I mean. So I answered the door, and there's this like a tall officer there, kind of big, but a cop. So I'm like, oh, is there something in the box that I'm accidentally left in there? I don't know what it could be. So I let him in. My parents are still with me at the time. I was like, hi. They start asking a question like, okay, what was the price of everything that was in the box? I'm like, roughly $1,000. Like, oh, wow, okay. They start scribbling it down. So what's in the box? And my parents are both looking at me like, okay, you could tell them, like just like trying to make it better, but making it worse because they were like, okay, it's fine. We're like, I'm calm. But they just made it worse trying to make it better. So I tell him like, all right, so it's an animal costume. He's like, oh, for like Halloween. I'm like, kind of, sorta. He's like, do you have any pictures of this animal costume? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, send it to this email. So I had to send an email to the police department of Ajinx. So that was the start of it. And he starts getting more details. And he's like, okay, we'll see what we can do. This is a pricey package, so we'll make this priority. They have not made it priority. It's been 2 weeks and nothing. I know what happened to the box. I just need to tell them. But anyway, they really did not do much. But that's separate. So he leaves, and I start talking to my parents. They're trying to calm me down. I'm like, I swear I'm fine. I'm just not going to think about it for now. I'm perfectly okay. And then I hear on another door, and I hear them like, hello? And the cop is asking them about a box. Any extra boxes? And the contents of said box. So I'm like, oh God, they I have a few, like, close to 100 people in my dorm, and they knocked on every single door explaining to them about a costume that looked like a blue dog, that looked like a mascot, and to report it to my room and ask for Nathan. So adults don't really know what a furry is, but teenagers know what furries are, and they have a stereotype that revolve around it. And immediately I was like, oh my God, I am gonna die before I even start my first official week of school. And I'll play you a little clip now that I was able to take. That let's say they just watch the clip. So the day goes by, no word. I'm still stressing out. Like, all right, this is great. This is wonderful. I'm just gonna go to bed and let myself go to sleep. So as you can see, I was a little worried. So as the few days go by, there's just like random talk about like, I start introducing myself to more and more people. And like, oh, you're missing that box, right? I'm like, yeah, I am. And they're like, so what was in the box? I'm like, so just some like costume stuff that I had. They're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of expensive, so I kind of was hoping that they could find it at one point. And yeah, it was great hearing all of that happen with me being powerless to stop it. So hopefully none of you guys have that experience ever, but nothing bad has happened. It's been about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. And as you could tell from that, those, and my little Ajinx badge up in the corner that you probably can't see, I kind of made my room a little furry. And nothing bad has happened because I'm kind of a normal dude. But I am now the campus furry. With that being said, with that little story time, I hope you guys enjoyed it much more than I did. I'm going to be making more videos in the future. I'm actually probably going to make another video back to back with this. Yeah, like I said, it's just going to be this face for a little bit just because, you know, so it's just, this video is going to be such a different quality because I have a totally different setup, obviously, and I have no idea what to do for the most part with my camera. So hopefully this works out. It's kind of an experiment. I hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, tell me about any similar stories you had in the future. And if you have any words of comfort, feel free to voice them below. With that being said, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you guys in the future. All right. Mwah. Bye, guys.